Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Cox, and I'm the Director of Christian Education at First Presbyterian Church in Waco, Texas. Yes, fixer-upper. I want to tell you all about God's new thing at First Pres Waco. We shook up the traditional and highly familiar schedule of VBS and journeyed off the map into our city. Now, in case you haven't figured out yet, I'm a millennial, and I'm talking about shaking things up in the church. But please, don't be afraid. Stick around, and I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. My goal for this talk is to share an idea with you that I feel will contribute to welcoming young families and teach children a valuable lesson about the vast impact and benevolence of the church. I'm calling it the Experiential Learning Connection, AKA the ELC. We're going to uncharted territories to talk to individuals about how their religion plays into their everyday life. Through experiential learning, we will begin to connect the children with the church that is everywhere that its people are. I believe this idea is applicable for congregants of all ages, but I'm gonna tell you guys why we decided to do it with kids. As many of us know, children are not given the opportunities we were to play outside and experience the world around them. They're even getting recess times cut at school. This gives us the opportunity to create a space where children can fulfill their need to be experiential learners. It has been observed through Piaget's work that experiential curricula stimulates children to learn about the process of discovering knowledge, not just absorbing content. Now more than ever is the time when we need to provide our children with experiences that give room for discovering knowledge and critical thinking. Through experience, they can associate deeper meaning with the lessons and stories they hear in Sunday school class. Through experience, they can begin forming their own opinion of what it means to be a Christian. Another important reason why we need to incorporate ELC into our programs is because our congregants use technology more and more to stimulate experiences. From TVs to smartphones and Facebook to Netflix, our minds are constantly being bombarded by all these distractions. How many of us have thought about checking Facebook since we started talking? Or how many have checked it? I would have if I had my phone. We are so obsessed with these technologies because we are constantly trying to connect with others through them. The problem is, we never feel fulfilled by this, do we? It is interesting to see how some of the churches have reacted to the technology overload. Some of us have backed away from programming because our congregants are too busy. Some of us have created ways for us to connect online without even having to come in. Today, I urge you to consider the necessary alternative. We all need real experiences, but more importantly, we need to see how the church can give us meaningful experiences that connect our personal spirituality to our religion. Here's how ELC played out for us at VBS last year. First, we advertised that we were doing VBS differently. Our members and our volunteers got super excited and spread the word, and our attendance doubled from 2014 to 2015. Each day, the children visited a church member at the location for our journey time. The members shared a personal testimony as to why that location was important to them and the community. We met congregants who were involved in these notable locations in Waco: the Stratton Building, Heritage Square, the Hippodrome Theater, and the most beloved trip, our only skyscraper in all of Waco, all 22 stories of it, the Alico Building. The results were amazing. The children were interested and so excited for the next day. You could hear shouts from the bus. This is the best VBS ever! Can we come back next week? A result that we didn't expect was the energy from the adult volunteers. We have many veteran volunteers who felt reinvigorated by this new idea. Several at the end of the week said, "Can't wait for next year." And you know how big of a deal that is at the end of a busy week. Earlier this month, I interviewed some of my kindergarten colleagues about VBS, and they shared with me all the places that we went and a thing or two about each place. Not only was their retention of knowledge phenomenal, since it was 6 months later, But most importantly, they understood all those places as part of what their church had to offer them in the community of Waco. Friends, I hope that God's new thing in Waco inspires you to create time to step out of your church building and experience, learn from, and connect with the community, because the church is everywhere that its people are. We are the church. Amen.